Well, hello to my kitchen again. So, you're probably wondering what I'm making. So what I'm gonna make today is just gonna keep everything really healthy. So what's healthier than chicken? Kids love chicken tenders. We're gonna make crumb chicken today. What are we gonna start with? So with crumb chicken, I'm just trying to think the best way to sort of explain what I'm doing is to just you just cook with me today. We're all gonna cook. Because guess what? The best time of day is to cook. That's right, it's right now. If you don't cook in the morning, if you're a busy mum, what even are you doing with your life? The easier that your evening is because of what you did in the morning. So this is going to be where I dump the chicken. Now, the best way to keep the moisture in your chicken is to use corn flour or any old flour really. You want to probably use corn flour for chicken. You want to toss your chicken. I'm using chicken breast today. You can use any chicken you like. You can use thigh. You could even use chicken legs. So the next step you want to do is you want to grab your breadcrumbs. So I'm just using what I have. It's just normal breadcrumbs, the cheapest kind. What you can do is you can totally go get gluten-free breadcrumbs. You can also use stale bread and you can blitz it up if you really want to be fancy, but I have a limited amount of time to make this meal, so we're going to try to speed it along. Now, so I've got my breadcrumbs there. What I like to add to my breadcrumbs to give it flavor, sorry, I'll just turn the light on for you because it is a bit yucky, the lighting. Let's turn all those lights on. Hopefully you can see me now. I keep bending over because I'm actually filming on my bench. So I've got you guys sitting on a tissue box with a coaster holder. I'll show you one day what I mean. Probably don't understand what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got flour. That's the first stage. Then after that, we're going to do egg in this bowl. And then we've got a breadcrumb mix. Now for our breadcrumb mix, we're going to add spice. Now I like to use a decent amount of chili. That is about a half a teaspoon. But I'm going to add a little bit more. Yeah, so a quarter. I've put in two quarters of a teaspoon, so it ended up being a half. Oops. You can tell that I'm not awake. The next best ingredient for a really tasty crumb chicken piece is some garlic. Keep those vampires away. And just add that in. Now I just kind of like mix it on the plate. Whatever's easiest. I don't know. Is that what other people do? It's what I do. I'm trying to make it easy on myself. Now, this is to add a real kick of flavor. This is the secret ingredient. This is chicken stock powder. And what you want to do is just sprinkle if you want, or just spoon it around. Give it a good spooning. I've been doing this a while. Oh, I have no onion powder left. But fun fact, you actually have onion powder in the chicken stock, so it should still be okay. Now, I saw a recipe in a book recently. I can't remember what it was. I just took a photo of it at Kmart, and they said to add Chinese 5-spice. So my partner loves it when I add Chinese 5-spice to this. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'll just grab it. Let's see, where is it? Here's my Chinese 5-spice. I think it's just fennel and a few other ingredients. Anyway, it gives it a really good zing. So go ahead and try your best to measure out a teaspoon of this stuff. It'll give it a real kick. I mean, we've got chili in there. Maybe we should just use a half teaspoon because this stuff is really spicy. So about a half a teaspoon, just sprinkle it in. Got my little ones playing outside. I think he's about to come in. I've got lots of little ones, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. So you're just sort of mixing everything around into your breadcrumbs. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna get our egg mix ready. Now an egg mix is just eggs really. So you wanna crack, I'm gonna do 8 tenders, so at least 2 eggs for my egg mix. And we're gonna add milk to it. So we're just gonna put a couple of eggs in there. If you're wondering where I'm throwing them, it's just in my sink because I'll deal with them later. So I've got 2 eggs, and then we're gonna get some milk from our fridge. Hi, little boy. Just remember I'm filming, sweetie, so just try and keep it down if you can. Little dash of milk. That's probably about 1/3 of a cup of milk in there. Just see what works for you. It doesn't really matter. I always crack salt. It's just a habit I've gotten into for my egg mix. So with your, oh, I've already got a fork, but isn't that funny? You get another fork out. I already have one ready. So just get your egg mix mixed up with a fork. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not about perfection here. We're just about getting it done in an efficient way. Because if you're anything like me, you don't have time. So with chicken nuggets or crumbed chicken and things like that, it's just such a safe food. Like everyone loves it. So as many as I can make. I'm just going to put a board here so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I've got flour here, I've got breadcrumbs here, and I've got the egg mix there. But really the order goes flour, egg, then breadcrumbs. If you're wondering, that's the specific order. You can do what you like, it doesn't really matter. It's just about coating the chicken. Now, when you're doing chicken, I'll push this forward actually, because I just want to show you what I'm doing with the knife here. I get these gigantic chicken breasts. These chickens are on steroids, I swear. It's really big, it's just too thick. It's just not going to be pleasant to eat. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice our chicken like so. And see how I've made that a bit thinner. You could go thinner, but the people who eat this chicken, you could also bash it out. We're not going to do that because I'm busy today. I'm not going to be too fussy today because the people who eat this are not fussy. So if they were, what I would do is I would go use chicken mince, or I would shape them into dinosaurs, but we're not. This is for the adults and the teenage boy. So when you have a teenager who loves to eat and isn't fussy, this is perfect meal. And it's really high protein. My little one's just watching me and he's being very quiet. Far out. We've got lots of pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else have we got? We've got 6. We've got one more. We're going to slice this one in half as well. 6, 7. That's 7 pieces. Can you count to 7, my little one? My little boy, can you count to 7? He's been so good. I'm trying to see if he'll talk. Don't touch the camera though, sweetie. Don't put your finger in it. He's been very good today. So what you want to do is just coat it with the flour. Now we need somewhere to put our done stuff. So I like to just use a breadboard, and then I just dunk it on the breadboard. These can all go on a sterilised wash.
Mom, it's finished.
Is it finished? I'll check it. Just give me a second, bear with me, little boy. Let's check if it's still filming. Can you not touch it? Every time you touch it, it does this. So maybe just don't touch it, sweetie. You can watch, but you can't touch, okay?
Okay.
No touching. So sorry about the little interruption. If you have children, you get it. And if you don't, it's probably not the channel for you. So we just tossed it in the egg, and then you toss it in your breadcrumbs. And yeah, this is a really good meal.
I'm hungry.
Are you hungry? Do you want chicken nuggets? No?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. Gonna have
Which I don't want chicken.
That's okay, you don't have to have chicken nuggets, sweetie. My children, probably the younger two, won't eat it, but my oldest, my partner will eat it, I'll eat it. And isn't that the main thing, is that most of the people are satisfied? And then you can always come in with a different recipe for the fussy ones. Like, we always keep dinosaurs in the fridge. We've always got, what's those? Tempura, is it? Is it tempura? I know what I'm thinking of. But see how I don't think too much about what I'm doing when I'm cooking. My hands get extremely dirty. If you do this worried about getting dirty, it makes it take longer, I swear. And I just don't have time to care. So we're just gonna put as much crumb on that as we can. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, I would marry me. I'm marryable. That's what I tell my partner. I'm very able to put together food under pressure. Right now my youngest is napping and oldest and one of the middle children are at school. So we've just done the egg mix and I think we're going to run out of breadcrumbs. If you run out of breadcrumbs, just mix together the exact same measurements again. So it does happen to me quite often where I'll think I have enough breadcrumbs and then what ends up happening is I run out. Oh well, that happens. Look, it just happens all the time. I don't plan on it, but look, you got enough breadcrumbs on it. And then what you can do when I've still got 4 pieces to go, I'll just mix up some more so you can see again, in case you missed what I did last time, I'll show you again how I do it. So I've got 4 pieces of chicken there. And now, you know what, I will actually rinse my hands. And the reason for that is because I need to open up the bag of breadcrumbs and touch all my spices, and I don't want all my spice jars to get gross. Ugh, yuck. So, what are you getting from the fridge, little one?
I want cereal.
You want cereal? Yeah, do you think you can grab it yourself, or do you need a hand? How about you try, and if you get stuck...
Milk?
There's milk right here, sweetie. How about you bring it to me and I'll get you a bowl? Whose kid likes eating right when you're cooking? This is reality. This is my reality TV. This is normal for kids to want to eat constantly. He's having a growth spurt, I think. So I don't restrict foods in this house. We have a very balanced approach to food, and that is that food is to be eaten, and that yeah, here's your milk and your cereal. You want to carry that carefully to the table?
Yes,
Don't you spill it. Off you go. You can use that spoon, but don't spill that. My rule is you can have it, but you have to actually eat it. So I try to keep it simple. In the comments below, please tell me, what do you really think the difference is between cereal and a pancake? And I see a lot of people will say, oh, it's the protein content because you put egg in a pancake. But there's protein in milk. And when you have cereal, you're having more milk. So I don't have a problem with him having cereal. Now, I used up the rest of my packet of breadcrumbs, so because you're here, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. When you run out of something in your home and you don't want to pay for an app for restocking, and you feel disorganized, like everything's always stressful, then just write it on your fridge. And you don't even need to get or pay for anything. All you need to do is, you know those pizza boxes that, you know, let's not play pretend. Everyone feeds their kids pizza. If you have an old pizza box, you can just use it and repurpose it and draw up a shopping list, like a restock list. And when I run out of something and someone finishes something, like for instance, I just finished the breadcrumbs. So what I'll do is I will write breadcrumbs immediately. Right now on my list, I've got vanilla pods and I've also got pecans. So breadcrumbs goes in the list. And then next time someone does a food order, it's not stressful and you're less likely going to forget. So what I'm going to do is just going to carry on. That's right, we need to do the spices again. So if in case you forgot what we did last time, we did some garlic, a teaspoon about. We did about a half a teaspoon of chili because I like spice. You can use sweet chili in your, you can put sweet chili in your egg if you want, and that will turn it into more of a sweet type of, yeah, you can, it's more like a sweet chili tender if you do it that way. And then I like to do about a teaspoon of chicken stock into the breadcrumbs. And then we had the Chinese 5 spice, but because there's less breadcrumbs, I'm just going to use like a little bit of it. This is like 1/3 of a teaspoon. Because there's less breadcrumbs this time, I'm probably using about a half what I had last time. So just mixing that through. And really give it a good mix because this is the last of our chicken tenders. And because I'm not fancy, I'm going to dump all of these to speed up the process and just coat it as best I can in the flour. It's going to be messy. My kitchen's going to be a mess. Yours is going to be a mess. Just let it all happen. I promise you. In the old days, there was a lot of cooking going on and a lot of relaxation around cooking, and I feel like people have lost that because it seems so perfect on the internet, and I want that not to be the normal on my channel because it should be relaxing. You shouldn't be trying to make it look clean the entire process. You can clean up at the end. I don't find that I can clean up. I'm just going to flip this because there's all that chicken juice on it. And then what I'll do to speed up the process is I'll just dump it in the egg mix and then dump it in my breadcrumbs. This is how I crumb it, by the way, as I put it over the top. I put it, the edge bits, and then I press like that. Is anyone else do it that way? I don't know. And then you can just place it on your board. We're gonna fry it up in oil tonight, so we'll do another piece. Grab your flour one. It's got flour on it. Our steroid chicken. These are really big chicken breasts, hey? I can't get over how big chicken breasts are. Is this normal? Maybe they're just super duper healthy. I don't know. Is it normal? Comment below. Are your chicken breasts gigantic? Do you need to cut them into 3? Alright, so I don't know if I'll have enough breadcrumbs. We'll see. Or egg mix. I'm running out of... See how my egg mix is a bit low? We'll try and make it work. Just kind of breadcrumbing that up as best we can. I love my oldest, my 14-year-old, and my partner. They both love breadcrumbs. Like crumbed chicken, this style. This is their favourite way to have chicken. And my 6-year-old, so she really likes roast chicken. And then my 4-year-old he really likes chicken nuggets. So everyone likes chicken, it's just, oh, how do we do it, you know? So we try to mix up the chicken meals. I really like a chicken pasta, it's so good for you. Chicken is really underrated protein source. It's very, very good, full of electrolytes as well. You've got potassium in there, magnesium, all of the things. I think we just did it. So this is all the chicken. I'll show you. I'm just going to rinse my hands off and I'll show you what we've got here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. Excuse the noise from my sink. At least it's not a baby crying, hey? Am I right? How lucky I am that he's still asleep. So the youngest is still asleep and I've made all of the dinner. Dinner's done. Because all you need to do with this, I've actually got sweet potato in the fridge from a different meal. So we can just reheat the sweet potato mash and then probably just put on some steamed carrot, and that's a really healthy meal. So if you're looking for something traditional and really filling and wholesome, highly recommend this, and really get your hands on some Chinese 5 spice. And it's not just for Chinese food, it can add flavour to any dish. And if you want to be particularly fancy, what you can come in with is just a bit of cracked pepper over the top. If you crack some pepper over the top, that'll also give it a big spicy hit. So that is my very quick, simple dinner for tonight. Tonight is Friday. This is our Friday night dinner, and that will feed us probably for the next day as well, because that is quite a lot of chicken. A piece each for the people that will actually eat it that's 4 pieces. I'll still have 3 left. So please let me know if you try it, what you thought of adding the Chinese 5 spice, because like I said, I saw it in a recipe at Kmart, I believe, and I took a screenshot of it because I just don't want to buy all these things when all I want is one recipe from a book. I saw it, I thought, cool, this looks good, give it a go, see if it works. And I'm happy to say it really did work. So let me know. All right, bye for now. You'll have a lovely day.